Hello, guys. How are you doing tonight? Good to have you with us. And yes, with me tonight. Who is doing what? Is happening. Have you ever nursed any fear like that towards marriage?
Maybe not, because I was not really exposed to marriages that didn't work.
You came from heaven. So I came. My wife, honestly, she, and thank God for the issue of marriage. She came from where I would call heaven. When I met my wife's parents, let's talk about that. When I met the first time I went to their house, I think we should talk about this.
Yeah, sure.
All right, and I just asked this young girl out. That girl I was mentoring, miracle. And so she said, she first went off after the conversation. Just went quiet. Like she just came back and this. So long story short, I went to their house and I saw her parent wearing the same clothes. I said, okay. And then she was hiding behind her mom. Behind your dad. You were hiding behind your dad. All right, and everything was just so cool. They were best friends with each other. But me, where I was coming from, bless God for how far God has taken us, how that we don't look like what we have been through. I came from a place where really I've never really seen it work. Yeah. My parents separated when I was 3 months old. Just 3 months. So you can imagine the kind of phobia you will have having to see a house, not a home per se, a house, where your mom is not in the picture, you have someone else in the picture and things are not really going well, and every now and then there are issues and all that. And you just kind of conclude in your heart that you see this marriage thing, I'm not really sure that yes, it can work. I want us to talk about how that fear masquerades itself in people's lives. Because it has different way of presenting itself. I just said in my own case now, it presented itself like, it's a sign of intelligence for me not to be committed to anyone, to marriage, for me not to even say I do. Let me tell you, practically when I attend weddings, I will be shivering. The moment the two folks are about to say their vows, I will practically be shaking. My legs will be shaking. Many times I'm about to walk out. In fact, there was a time I walked out of a wedding when they were saying, is there anyone here who doesn't want these guys to do? I was just... And when I stood up, everyone turned. I was going out to excuse myself. So that fear in my own case presented itself as a sign of intelligence. And then of course that symptom you also have of lack of the willingness to commit, to that higher level of commitment. Yes. Say something about that.
Okay, so one thing the fear of marriage will do is that it will make you see that people that are doing it do not have sense, and that's why I think that presented itself to you as intelligence, because you kept seeing people as these people do not know what they are doing. True. Because because of the experiences you've had. So it's actually that somebody's marriage is not working does not mean yours won't work. Yes, because you're different. Your case is different. Things are, and then the way we see things. What have you been saying since?
I was carried away. This girl is fine. This girl is fine. God, thank you. To hell with fear. Please continue. Sorry. Continue, please.
Okay, so fear can present itself as I said, as intelligence. You're thinking that you're wise. You're thinking that you're on the safer side if you don't get married, and every other person doing it, they don't have sense. But really, that is not the case, because you can actually be afraid of marriage and you don't know it.
Yes.
Because fear will present itself in another
form
for you.
Yes.
So there are a lot of symptoms of
that fear. Seeing your spouse in the light of the fellow who has